let's dig right into this motherfucker right here. What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming from your mama's basement. Your mama put me out again, and I'm pissed off at her. So I got me a bottle of water. I'm ready to throw it all in her face when she wake up. Anyway, let's get into this. Lakers beat the Chicago Bulls. Whoop-de-doo. Sorry guys, can't be happy. I know y'all bracing with Urban. We won the game. You know you should be happy, Urban. We won one. I can't be happy, man. I mean, it's hard for me to be happy because we don't know what to expect the next game. Because the next two games is what? OKC? And who is the other team they got to play? OKC, and I think it's, I don't know, but I know this stretch coming up is a lot of tough teams. This is the reason why we should have beat not just Chicago. We should have beat New York. And we should also beat Cleveland. We'd have beat them, I think would have been 6-5. Yeah, 6-5. Because we're what, 4-8, I believe? Won 4 games and lost 8 or 7, something like that. I don't know. It's somewhere in that atmosphere. Now, Lou Walton decided to go with Tyson Chandler over JaVale McGee and KCP over Josh Hart. Now, I'm on board with the KCP Josh Hart situation only because we know Josh Hart in the last couple games has been struggling. He put on Twitter that guys should basically but it was basically a little small quote, stating that when you're doing good, guys, I don't really want to get into that. Anyway, we really want to see Josh Hart back in the starting lineup because I'm a big Josh Hart fan. But at the point in time, you're struggling. That's something that you need to just get in the gym and just, get back and let your game do the talking, man. Get them jump shots down. You've been really struggling, and if you think about it, the only one that's really been that's been consistently, I can't say the word, consistent is Kuzma at times. And sometimes even he's at fault when he does, when he put his head down and attack the basket. But if we're going to call out Kuzma, we must call out Brandon Ingram, who is the master of not looking at all. Brandon Ingram, yes, I'm going to say it. Brandon Ingram, when he attacks the basket, 2 to 3 guys come his way. He does not pass the rock. He put his head down and try to create. So, we're going to talk about Kuzma, we got to talk about Brandon Ingram. And we're going to talk about Kuzma defense, we got to talk about Brandon Ingram's defense as well. Because Brandon Ingram, when LeBron was there, he was ranked, I think, number 38, if I'm not mistaken. Now he done fell out of the top 100. So just keep that in mind. Alonzo is steadily going up. Alonzo was ranked 25th, and that was it. No other Laker. So just keep that in mind. Besides LeBron, I think was ranked 32, 33, something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know how, because LeBron James' defense is suspect sometimes too. But it is what it is. I'm not going to be somebody that's going to hate, but I'm just going to call it how it is down the line. Anyway, we beat the Chicago Bulls. I'm not really happy about it. It's a win, and hoping that we can build from it. But like I said before, it's a head scratcher because you never know what you're going to get from Lou Walton or the players to be exact. JaVale McGee and Lou Walton had a difference based on the fact of the pick and roll and all that. They were having a disagreement about it. I believe this is the reason why JaVale McGee is coming off the bench in favor in Tyson Chandler. Now keep this in mind. Now I know a lot of people say the Lakers played good defense. They didn't really play no good defense. I don't know what the hell people were watching. It was just a scrubby game. I'm just being honest with you. First quarter was garbage. I mean, straight up garbage. It was just like, just two teams struggling. I mean, just how it was. Two teams struggling. A lot of turnovers. To me, I said this over and over again. JaVale McGee is a better player offensively when he's playing around the basket than Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler is he's old, but he's smart and savvy when it comes to IQ and playing defense. Now, JaVale McGee is going to actually challenge majority of the shots that come towards the basket, where Tyson Chandler might not challenge. You just look at it. I know y'all might disagree with me. You just look at the game. The game speaks for itself. I'm just going to call it for what it is. So, based on the fact that, he's starting Tyson Chandler over JaVale McGee, it doesn't really matter because both of them getting almost about the same minutes. This 3 center lineup, I'm not really feeling it. I know that you're trying to get Zubac minutes, you're trying to get JaVale minutes, you're trying to get Tyson Chandler minutes. At the end of the day, you got to stick with what works. We brought Tyson Chandler over here. JaVale McGee was starting. You guys just roll with them. I like Zubac. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Zubac. But I feel like it's doing injustice to somebody only getting there for 4 minutes. You remember that JaVale McGee and Tyson Chandler just run that. And then Zubac can be that third man in case one of them get injured or something happen. But also, be honest with you, Zubac should be that backup center going forward, going into the next season if y'all don't package them up. That's how I look at it. But right now, because you got Tyson Chandler, JaVale McGee, personally, I would just go ahead and rock with them. And that's only because, like I said, it's 3 centers. There's no point of giving that extra 8 minutes to Zubac. At one point in time, I was like, it would have been cool because, you know, one can get 20 minutes, another get 20 minutes, and the other person get 18 minutes. Not 8 minutes, I'm sorry, 8 minutes. Or was it 20? It was something like that. But it doesn't serve nothing to me. That's just me, and that's my opinion. But anyway, Lonzo Ball, hats off to him. Brandon Ingram carried the team one game. He scored 29 points. Nobody wanted to talk about that. You know, Brandon Ingram, like I said, kudos to Brandon Ingram. Then Kuzma come back. He dropped 41 in another game that he won. So Brandon Ingram won a game. Kuzma done won a game. Now Lonzo done won this game. Lonzo carried the team when everybody was struggling. Lonzo went on a tear, 19 points. Looking good. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's the reason why I don't beat up on these young players. Because I believe in my heart that at the end of the day, if you only use them according to their strength, they will be just as good. Like that's why, and when people keep telling me why did I bring up D'Angelo Russell or Julius Randle or Thomas Bryant or Larry Nance, it's because, or Jordan Clarkson, it's because when I look at these young ex-Lakers and how they are actually flourishing and playing much better outside of the Luke Walton system, it shows that these young players that everybody want to trade, if they're because they don't have no patience, it shows that if we had patience with them under another coach, and I'm not saying that we got to fire Luke Walton, nothing like that. I'm just saying at the end of the day, it might happen at the end of the season. I don't know. But if Luke Walton would just stop being stubborn and actually play these guys according to their strength, they will be just as good as we as the fan want them to be. Like I said, that's why I look at these young players that left and like, man, they looking good. I go watch them games because I still have a tie with all them guys. You know, I'm a Lakers fan first, but at the end of the day, I'm an NBA fan altogether. I'm going to watch teams regardless. Whether I hate them or love them, I'm going to want to watch them. Because why? I love NBA. I love basketball. And anybody that doesn't like basketball, I don't know what to tell you. You know, if you just want to be just straight Lakers, that's your thing. You know what I mean? If you want to be like that, hey, that's your opinion. But me, I like basketball. So I'm going to go watch these young players and see what they're doing. I want to see D'Angelo Russell progress. I want to see the Julius Randle progress. And I also want to see my Brandon Ingram, my Kuzma, Josh Hart. You know what I mean? Lonzo. I want to see them guys progress as well. I don't want them to degress. I want them to progress. You know, I want them to go forward. You know, they're taking steps back. And then on top of that, like I said before, is that they just are not utilized correctly. Brandon Ingram still should be playing off the ball. When you see Brandon Ingram playing off the ball, he plays so much better. But they continue to have Brandon Ingram bring the ball down. And he had 7 assists this game. But like I said, a couple of them could have been turnovers. You know, but he still won with 7 assists, which is cool. But I just don't like the idea of Brandon Ingram having the ball, running the point. Now, he had 16 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, which is not bad, 1 steal. But at the end of the day, like I said, he's much better playing off the ball. This game, he played pretty good, but none of these guys really played any defense. I'm going to get into it in a minute. Kuzma, he kind of struggled this game. And then he's really struggling from the three-point arc, if you really think about it. Because he took 6 threes. So he was 6 for 15 from the field goal. So if you think about it, so if you take away 6 of them, he was actually 5 for what, 11? No, 5 for 10. You know, from the field goal. And 1 for 6 from the three-point arc. I'm trying to get my math together. So he didn't really struggle as bad inside the perimeter. Outside the perimeter, where he continued to struggle is that three-point ball. That's why I say a lot of these guys, they really got to hit the gyms and work on their game. If you want to be top level, you want to prove to your fan base and yourself, mostly yourself, that you are that dude. You got to get to the gym. I'm not, like I said, I don't know if they get in the gym or not, but they got to get in the gym. They got to practice more. That's my thing. Chandler came in, played pretty good. Like I said, the whole thing about it, you got to keep in mind, we playing the Chicago Bulls, and they only won 10 games. So they're a struggling team. So we went in there, we did what we had to do. You know, well, they came to our home and we beat them. But I want to share something with you guys, which y'all fail to realize. When JaVale McGee was in there, you know, they had a chance. The Lakers went up by 11, 12 points. And then McCallum, who finally got some minutes, and hopefully this game right here will build his confidence up, knocked down 2 back-to-back threes that actually made it 87-78, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So you see McCallum. I've been saying that they should work McCallum into the rotation. Don't get me wrong, I like Lance Stevenson, but I'd rather have McCallum in there. I'd rather have a young guy in there over Lance Stevenson. The only reason why, because this guy can shoot. He just got to build his confidence up. Lance Stevenson, to me, he just hold the ball too long, man. He coming there doing all that, razzle dazzle stuff, man. Listen, we trying to win games. We don't have time for that stuff. We're trying to win games right now. We're struggling, so we need every opportunity we can on that floor, defense and offense. Beasley, who struggled as well, he struggled this game. Zubac, like I said, he played 8 minutes. He had 7 points, 3 rebounds. Like I said, I like Zubac. I just feel like it's like a disservice because JaVale McGee only got 14 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Chandler got 26 minutes. It's like it's a disservice to JaVale McGee, because when we didn't have Chandler, JaVale McGee was the only green light that we had that was looking good at the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? Also, he had a 1 or 2 bad games. Remember, he just came back from the health situation. He had 1 or 2 bad games. Now all of a sudden his minutes are diminishing. And it's like, you know, Luke Walton like just don't know what to do with him. And I believe it's because him and Luke Walton had a disagreement. And I feel like it's kind of wrong, because this guy is your anchor, your defense. To me, Chandler's okay, but JaVale McGee is much more active, much more faster around the rim than Tyson Chandler is. Tyson Chandler, you know, he does a lot of hard picks and get away with it. And that's why a lot of times teams don't come in there, you know, because he's a little physical. But JaVale McGee is a guy who's going to go up and challenge a shot. You know, and I think that at the end of the day, it's like doing a disservice to him by only giving him 14 minutes. You know, at the end of the day, he struggled for 3 for 10. That's only because I guess he was forcing a lot of shots. He didn't have a good game. I'm just going to be honest with you. He didn't have a good game. But I think it had something to do with him and Luke Walton. Whatever it is, I hope the guys, you know, squash it out or whatever. But the Lakers struggled. They didn't look good to me. Caldwell Pope didn't have a good game, you know, but at the free throw line, which this reason why I wanted him to start, you know, because he's to me, until McCallum gets comfortable with his shot, Caldwell Pope to me is the best shooter on our team. Him and McCallum. Once McCallum gets hot and he get the confidence, he start playing him more. Watch out for that dude. I'm telling you, I know y'all want to hear this, but if McCallum start going, and sometimes, you know, y'all might disagree with me, but I sometimes be thinking that Luke Walton be holding some of these guys back, man. You know, that's how I look at it. He be holding some of these guys back, because it's funny. You'll sit there like when Brandon, think about it. When Brandon Ingram came into the league, he made sure Brandon got 31 minutes while all the other guys was getting 25 minutes. He worked hard with Brandon Ingram. Brandon was struggling to begin the season, and he struggled all the way up to the end of the season. But he continued to use Brandon Ingram, just like now. Brandon Ingram right now is getting the most minutes out of all the players on his team. Is Brandon Ingram the best player on his team? To me, personally, no. He's still in the development. You know, and I ain't knocking it, but I think that he still have to learn the NBA level, where he still got to work on his jump shots. He got to know when to pass it out when he's attacking that basket, because if you got 3 guys coming at you, 9 times out of 10, you got 2 guys wide open. And until you start hitting free throws, then it's okay. But my thing is that you're not really consistent at the free throw line. So that's something that Brandon Ingram have to work on. Josh Hart, like I said, you know, he definitely got to work on his shots. He ain't really take no shot this game. Played 22 minutes, only took 1 shot, that layup. And, you know, we don't want him to digress and kill his confidence because he coming off the bench. You know, you can't get mad, Hart, you coming off the bench, bro. I hope that you ain't getting upset. At the end of the day, we can't start nobody if you're not producing. You know, you're not putting points on the board, bro. You got to put points on the board. You just can't be out there, you know, and drawing fouls on the perimeter, you know, and whatever you're doing, you know, crazy stuff. Not too bad, but like I said today, you got to knock down them shots like you was doing at the beginning of the season. You're just struggling right now. You're just going through a shooter. What do you call it? A shooter's struggle. Whatever. I don't know. It's somewhere they use that terminology they use. But right now you're struggling. So KCP will be the best beneficiary to the team. Plus on top of that, he was 8 for 10 behind the free throw line. He had 2 steals, 4 rebounds, and you know what I mean. So he dropped 17 points. You know, he was the second leading scorer behind Lonzo Ball. And it helps Lonzo Ball because now with Kuzma, if Kuzma can start hitting his shots and Brandon Ingram start finding confidence in his shots, and if Luke Walton finally stop being stubborn and let Lonzo Ball bring the ball down, you got 3 guys that actually can shoot once they get their shot going. And then on top of that, if you bring McCallum in there, you know what I mean, that's another person that coming in. Hopefully Hart get his shots down. You got a much more open offense where now you can spread the floor much better. And Zubac, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why in the day, for Zubac, I love to see Zubac take a 10 to 15 foot jumper. Not always having around the paint, especially if you got him in there with Brandon Ingram, because when Brandon Ingram in there, and that's another thing that Luke Walton had to realize too. When you got Zubac in there with Brandon Ingram can't penetrate because why? Zubac man is going to come off of him and stand in the middle, so it takes away Brandon Ingram's cutting lane. You know what I mean? And Brandon Ingram's not going to pass. Sometime once in a while he might pass to the open teammate, but majority of the time he's going to go in there and attack the basket. And he's not going to get all the foul call all the time. You know, and let's be real. You know, he's not going to get him called all the time, but majority of the time he going there, he does get foul calls. But he got his free throws. But I want y'all guys to pay attention to this. The Lakers was up by, I don't know, they was up by almost 20 points. About 20 points. Like 16, 17. It was something like that. About almost 20 points with only 1 minute, 13 seconds left on the clock. Chicago Bulls went on a freaking 13 run. That was, I think, 13-2 run. in a minute. In a freaking minute. The Lakers, just imagine this. If the Lakers had 2 more minutes on that clock, Chicago Bulls probably came back and beat them. They didn't play no defense. So for anybody to sit there and say that, you know, that Lou Walton did the right thing by, you know, not letting Kuzma play the fourth quarter, whatever it may be, I'm gonna tell you like this. At the end of the day, Kuzma was not in there to be blamed for that 13-2 run that they went within a minute. Within a minute, they basically broke down and fell apart within that minute's time. Now, here's the thing with me. This is where the veterans like Beasley, Larry Nance, who else we got? And Caldwell Pope got to step up. These young guys, yeah, they got to know how to close out games, but this is what you get the veterans for. Because remember, Lance Stevenson, I said Larry Nance, didn't I? I probably did. Well, anyway, Lance Stevenson has been in playoff situations with the Pacers. So he should know what it means to, you know, basically, like, you know, slow the game down, which gone. Now, here's the thing. Now, we know Lonzo Ball can't hit free throws, right? If the game is close like that, I don't mind Lonzo Ball having to sit out. I'm just being honest. I don't mind having to sit out because, look at it, he didn't go to free throw at all this game. I don't mind having to sit out. But you got to have a close in there in order to close this game out. Now, is Lance Stevenson the best person to have? Probably at them 2 minutes, I will probably run with him only because him, Beasley, and I'm not going to say Beasley as much, but I really, like I said, him and Caldwell Pope should be in there doing that stretch. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy to sit there and watch them just give up that, you know, give everything up. Because we got to slow the game down. Got to slow it down. And that's, no, I said I don't want Zubac in there. They had Zubac in there and they went on the run. So, I don't know, man. But like I said, I just want to throw that out there to you guys. That Chicago went on a 13-2 run in a minute 13 seconds. And I want y'all to think about that. So I'm not going to be hype about this game because, like I said, we got to keep scratching and digging. We got to stay in the content. You know, we can't let up. And fans, you can't let up. You got to let these players and the coach know how you feel. You know, because at the end of the day, remember, you're a supporting person of this team. Remember, you buying merchandise, you buying tickets, you watching, you viewing it. So you are spending money towards this team. Some of y'all probably got stock in these teams. So speak out. Let them know how you feel, man. You know, but don't be biased about it, but be real. You know, we got to speak out and let these guys know, like, listen, at the end of the day, we don't want to continue to see you guys. 1 game you win, 2 games you lose, 1 game you win, 3 games you lose. At the end of the day, you got to come each and every day ready to play and give it 110%. That's how I look at it. This is the NBA, man. And if we want to get to the playoffs, we got to continue winning games. We got to beat OKC. We got to beat those good teams. Don't start writing off, well, because we don't got LeBron or Rondo, you know, we're not going to win these games. We can't think like that. We got to believe in our heart and believe that these players can win these games. We got to, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, we might have some, you know, some weaknesses and some flaws with our players. But I believe that these guys, this squad right here, can win some games while LeBron is still out. They just got to believe in themselves, because I believe in them. Even though they might have flaws. Like I said, a lot of them might have certain flaws about each other. But I love this team. At the end of the day, like I said, I might have disagreed with Luke Walton, because sometimes he does make me scratch my head. But I tell you guys over and over again, Luke Walton is a LeBron type coach. So right now, because they're here, we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it, and we have to just believe in them guys. You know, like I said, I critique them. I'm going to critique them because that's what I do. Because why? I'm hoping that they look at my videos and figure out, okay, well, maybe we might need to do this, maybe do that. And I'm not saying that your guy, like, I'm a coach and nothing like that. It's just obvious to me when I watch the games. That's all I'm saying. So at the end of the day, I'm just hoping that the Lakers will take heed to this win, and not be smoke with pride, humble themselves, man, and take the next game. Like, every game is like a playoff game to them. From this point on, man, you got to win the hearts of your front office and of your fans, man. We as fans deserve this. For 29 freaking years or 100,000 years, or that's what it seemed like these last 5 years of not making the playoffs, struggling and all that, watching Kobe go out the way he went out, watching some of our young players get traded off and all that for hopefully a better roster, a better opportunity. This is what we put into. We put time and we invested time and money. Some of us invested money in this. So we're expecting results. And not saying that y'all got to go up there and blow up something, whatever. But what I'm saying is that when you on that floor, you give it your all. Go back and watch some of the films of the players back in the 80s, man, how they gave it their all. And that's what y'all young guys got to do, man. You got to give it your all. You know what I mean? So don't be mad, you know, when we call you out and stuff like that. We only doing it because we love you and we want you to do better. That's how I look at it. Anyway, it's your man, Elva Lover. I love you guys. Be safe out there. And you know what it is, man. Just take care.